All right, what is going on, guys? Happy Friday. Hopefully, you're having a fantastic day. We've got a big NBA slate today. Love the bets. I'm going to give you guys my 6 best bets today. Recap from yesterday, 2 and 3. We got to get back on the wagon. Today is the day. I feel fantastic about these. So we've got good angles. Let's put up a winning day. We've given some units back the last couple of days, and we got to stop doing that. But MLB, we've been absolutely crushing it. We're on a 10-1 run, 6-0 sweep yesterday. Make sure you guys check out today's video and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. All right, let's get into this slate. Give you guys your best bets. Get you on your way. First game, Kings and the Hornets. We see the Kings minus 11.5 against the Hornets at home. I can get on board with this. I would kind of lean Kings. Now, what I've been doing the past couple of days, just wait on some of these big spread games. Good example, the Bucks were 12.5. I got them at minus 2.5 last night. Let the other team go on a run. I said it in the video yesterday. Wizards like to come out strong, and then they fade in the fourth. That's exactly what they did. Waited until it got to 2.5 and just pounced on it. So this is another one of those games. I could see the Hornets potentially coming out strong. Now, we probably don't have Josh Green. I would imagine Seth Curry's playing. Curry's actually done really good when he started. So nothing I like on the Hornets side in terms of props. Maybe Mark Williams over rebounds, but not messing with that. We've seen Malik Monk coming off the bench. He will be coming off the bench again today. Assist line at 4.5. Kind of lean towards his over there. Not going to pull the trigger. Want to wait another game or so. But we got a Domantas Sabonis bet. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Next game, Utah Jazz and the Pacers. Jazz plus 15.5. Pacers favored at minus 15.5. Again, another one I'd wait. Jazz have been starting off kind of strong. Typically, the last 4 or 5 Jazz games, they kind of hang in there up until halftime. Then they come out in the third quarter and just get smoked beyond belief. So another one, I would wait, see if you can get this line down to maybe 9.5, 8.5, and then I would pounce. If it gets under single digits, that's go time. So Pacers in this one, though, at home, obviously. Phoenix Suns and the Boston Celtics. We see Phoenix minus 14.5. I think they're going to be pretty healthy, actually. Jaylen Brown's the only game time decision. So I like the Celtics to just absolutely whoop that ass today. Give me the Celtics in this spot. Pistons and the Raptors. We see the Raptors getting 11.5 at home. I would lean Raptors plus 11.5. You should have Quickly. You should have Pirtle. You should have Barrett, Barnes on the court. So you pretty much got your starters. Cunningham's a game time decision. Jalen Duran's going to be our best bet in this one, which we'll talk about. Portland and Chicago. Portland plus 5.5 just feels wrong, man. I was on Portland minus 3.5 last night. That was easy. Got a little sweaty in the first half for sure, but they really opened it up in the second half. So give me Portland plus 5.5. This line makes no sense to me. Bulls are just not good defensively, whereas Portland really excels defensively. So not really seeing this line at 5.5. So Portland plus 5.5. It was 6.5 last night. So I'd be okay maybe bumping it up just a point. Oklahoma City Thunder, Houston Rockets. Dillon Brooks got suspended, so Tari Eason's going to be in the lineup. I didn't spend too much time looking at this game, I'll be honest. Something about I don't like it. There's some fishiness there. I would lean OKC minus 6.5, though. Cleveland and the Spurs. Cleveland minus 13.5 on the road. I mean, the line feels right. Again, this is a perfect example of Cleveland's been slow starting the last 3 or 4 games. They really just haven't came out hot out of the gate. This is another one where you can probably end up getting this at 6.5, 7.5 at some point today. And I would absolutely pounce on it. So my game plan is to live bet for Cleveland. Hell, we've seen Cleveland go down 10, 12 points in the first half, and you can almost get them at minus 120 money line. So that's going to be my play in this one, but I think the Cavs pull it out here. Denver Nuggets and the Golden State Warriors. Warriors coming off a very nice win against the Lakers last night. They just, Podziemski just went unconscious shooting. He was just absolutely blasting threes from everywhere. Nugs minus 1.5. Fresh legs, should have their normal starting rotation. I like this spot for Denver here. I don't know if Steph Curry plays because it's a back-to-back, so we'll have to see who's playing. New Orleans Pelicans and the Lakers. We see Lakers minus 13.5. Coming off an L, they need this win. Will LeBron play? I think he probably does, although it's not a spot they need him to play. So really have to kind of see what's going on with LeBron in terms of taking this 13.5. But I think the Lakers come out hot, should get the job done here. And then last game is going to be the Mavs and the Clippers. We see Clippers minus 9.5. That might be a little too much. AD is a game time decision, so there's potential that he could not play. Lively is going to be back very soon, will not be back tonight. So Daniel Gaffer is going to be back in that center spot, going up against Zubac. I would say Clippers minus 9.5 here. It is just a better team ultimately, unless AD just goes insane tonight, which is definitely a possibility. I don't really see a spot to take the Mavericks here at 9.5. All right, so let's go over our best bets. We'll switch it up, and then I'll give you guys some maybe leans or something. We'll go into props madness here. Betting card today, like I said, love this card. Domantas Sabonis over 5.5 assists. He should just absolutely be dishing tonight. He's going to have Mark Williams on him. Doesn't play great defense, but they should collapse him, should open up avenues for other players to get some buckets. I think DeMar DeRozan has a pretty nice night on the points. Tyrese Halliburton double-double. This is pretty simple, man. He's a double-double machine going up against a team that is 29th in assists allowed over the last 15 games. Now, he also does have a good points spread tonight, so I wouldn't mind his points plus assists too. If you want to just take the combo instead of the double-double. But we're getting minus 135. I'll take it. Would like it to be a little bit better, but that's all right. Next bet. Love this bet. I got 1.25 units on it. Jalen Duren double-double. And I can't spell double, but that should be spelled double, not doubly double, because I'm just so excited about it. But I think he's got a great matchup here tonight. He should absolutely crush the boards, and he's got a great matchup to score points. So definitely favorite bet of the day. The only thing is, we just got to hope he's not a dumbass and gets in foul trouble. It's really the only thing that keeps us from hitting. Jason Tatum, over 5.5 assists. I'm shocked we're not getting this at 6.5. The fact we're getting this at 5.5 at minus 122 on FanDuel is ridiculous. This is minus 160, minus 170 on sharp books, which FanDuel is a sharp book, but when you look at other sharp books. Jose Alvarado, I'm not overly enthusiastic about taking a Pelicans over, but Lakers give up a ton of assists, and Alvarado's the guy that's going to be dishing it. So over 5.5 assists. I like this spot. Minus 115 on DraftKings is minus 150, minus 160 on sharper books. DK is not a very sharp book. And then last play, staying in that game, we're going to go Luka over 7.5 assists. We could see his shot was off yesterday. He started off really bad. He's still going to get his shots off, but I think he's going to have to dish. He's going to have to dish to guys like Austin Reeves, who should have a pretty good night. I could see a lot of success down low tonight as well, so I like Luka to rack up some assists. So those are my 6 favorite bets today. Let's get into we'll look at some leans for each game, kind of what I was looking through. We'll start with Sacramento and Charlotte. Mark Williams, double-double, I think is always live. If we look at rebound lines, he's been absolutely crushing the rebound line lately. I just don't know, right? They have this rotation with Nurkic and Diabate. Can't really count on how much playing time, but my God, if he gets 30 minutes, this is guaranteed. It's 100% hit. I just don't know if he'll get 30 minutes. So that is my concern with him. Like I said, I think DeRozan has a great night with the points. It's minus 132. You can get a little bit better. You can get minus 120 on DraftKings. So I do think he has a night and has a good spot to score. I don't mind taking Sabonis over 13.5 rebounds either. So that was another avenue. Talked about Malik Monk assist. I think 4.5 is too light. This is actually already jumping up quite a bit. Holy shit. Okay. I'm going to end up playing this. I'm actually literally going to lock this in right now. I'm not going to put it on the official card, but just so you guys know, I mean, that's just, look at that value. Minus 173 on Pinnacle, minus 170 on Bovada. They're two pretty sharp books, so I tend to trust them more. This is already up to minus 130 on DraftKings, so I just got it at minus 130, so upticked a little bit, but good value here. So I'll take that. Not going to put it on the official card. Let's see. One of the things I looked at, technically with no Kessler tonight, Filipowski has a pretty decent spot to get boards. I just don't trust him. 10.5 is ridiculously high. That said, if we take out Walker Kessler, take out Markkanen, if we take out all these guys, what do we get? We get a 50% hit rate. So I just don't love the spot. Technically, he should be able to rake the boards, but I don't trust they'll be in it come fourth quarter. Quickly assist is another one I always like to look at. It's just way too juiced at 6.5. That said, he has hit it in 5 straight. The Pistons just aren't a team you're going to rack up a ton of assists on. That's just my lean. So nothing I really want to take there. Cade Cunningham, I thought about fading his assist line. If he does play, we can see the books have him pretty juiced to go under 10. You can still get it at minus 140 or minus 135 on BetMGM. So there is some value there. We do have Tobias Harris out tonight. So Thompson will be taking that 4 spot. So I thought about taking his rebounds because he's in that 4 spot. It's just heavily juiced. So, and I don't want to trust Aussie or Thompson to get points. That is a bad bet. That said, he's gone over in 4 straight. I just can't get on board with it. That's bad. And then Scotty, thought about fading him, taking his PRA under. I gave this out yesterday as a lean, and my God, it cashed with ridiculous ease. We're getting 26.5 tonight. We had, I think it was 28 yesterday. Yeah, I just feel like there's a chance he could actually pop off, but should have taken it yesterday. Jakob Poeltl rebounds, always a hot one. It's just juiced. I don't trust 8.5. 7.5 was kind of my cutoff there. So don't want to take him there in that spot. All right, Phoenix and Boston, we already talked about a little bit. Portland and Chicago. I wanted to go back to Denny. We had Denny rebounds yesterday. He smashed. He had 15. I don't want to go back to that well of 8.5. I don't know. I'm kind of kicking on that. It's getting a little too juiced on every other book except Bet365. But my God, he's got a pretty good spot to get rebounds tonight. So that's kind of where I was leaning on that play. Anthony Simons didn't play last night, so I don't want to touch him today. Giddy's, all of his lines are just absolutely juiced. I do not mind his PRA, though. I think that PRA is going to be somewhat in play, but against a good D, I just don't want to take anything Chicago related. Normal props we have here, Chris Paul assist. I like it. 5.5, I love it, but you can't find value in it. I almost thought about taking his over 6.5 assist. I just don't know if I want to bank on that. D Mitch has just been on absolute tear, so taking his rebounds plus assist, it's juiced as well. So we do have some sharper lines. You can still get 10.5. I don't mind that. He has been dishing the assist. They just got to make the shot. So I don't mind his over 5.5 assist. Not taking D Mitch to get rebounds. That's just a bad play. And then his point shot, he's got a great technical green here, but when we look down deeper, it just gets a little bit ugly. And then I don't know between Mobley and Allen who's going to get bored. So that's where I'm at with that one. One of the plays that almost made the card was Joker rebounds. Like I said, man, Joker steps up in big games or in games that he deems big, right? Shittier teams, he just gets lazy. I think this is a game where he gets up and gets some boards. We've seen Golden State give up rebounds to centers in troves. So I almost wanted to take his over 11.5. I just don't know if I can get behind it. This is what I'm going to keep looking at today. Another one was PRA under for Michael Porter Jr. I think it was 27.5. Down to 25.5 now. So we are losing some value there. So I don't like it as much now. I was under Draymond Green under 10.5 points last night. That cashed, although he had 0 points at halftime and then he started shooting a ton in the second half. So I don't really want to go back to that well. I looked at Zubac over rebounds and AD over rebounds. I think that is an avenue tonight. AD over 8.5. I do like this spot for him. We could see he had 15 last game. Positionally, not the greatest, but they're probably not 7 freaking foot tall 4s. So if we look at the line on his rebounds, over in 22 of 30. And we saw his minutes. He's starting to creep up a little bit. So he got to the 30-minute mark. If we look at games, let's say where he played 31 minutes, it's not a great hit rate. So this is what deterred me away from this one. Zubac rebounds. I really want to take this. Everything inside me says take this. This is another one I'm going to be looking at, doing a little bit more research today, but I think Zubac has a nice little day today. Also, don't mind his over 16.5 points. Just a little too juiced in my opinion right now. I'd want to see a little bit more. I mean, minus 125 is not terrible, but that's where I'm at with that one. Also thought about taking PJ over rebounds as well. 5.5 is just pretty crazy. And we're still getting pretty decent value on Bet365 at minus 125. You can see the books have him favored. But between Gafford, Davis, and Washington, I just want to see how that rebound distribution works. You've got 3 really good rebounders on one team. So don't know if I can get behind that. 6.5 rebounds for Gafford in a starting role feels like a lock, but he's so favored to go under. That brings me back to AD. It makes me want to take AD's over. So a little bit of a hodgepodge there. Pelicans game, Yves Missi rebounds and Kelly Olynyk assist are kind of 2 spots I like to go to, but we're just not seeing enough good value there. 5.5 rebounds should be 4.5 should be very doable for him. But again, we're just not getting the value that I like. Yves Missi over 7.5 rebounds. Love it. Wanted to lock it in. Just, I'm not going to do it at minus 146, but he should be able to get some boards. You can see he's over this line in 8 of his last 9 games. So, and the Lakers do give up rebounds. All right, so that is today's video. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, absolutely free, and I'll catch you in the next video.